we're about to go live. I believe within the heart of the cards that we, my friends, are live. Hello.
Oh, we
Hello,
did it?
everyone,
Oh, we
and
did it?
welcome. I think you did it, Brad. You hogged out of your gourd and were able to do it. You did it.
Uh,
We did it.
it's I wouldn't say it's super pogged. It's definitely a struggle with OBS. But can let's do a quick sound check. So can everybody hear all of us?
Yeah, chat. Can you hear us? Can you? Well, we start with Brad, I guess.
Yeah.
Can
So
people hear
if you can
Brad?
hear me, leave a comment and say you can hear me. 'Cause that'll
They're
be okay.
alive.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. And Josh, why don't you give it a try real quick?
I'm also here too. Can people hear me? Okay.
All right. Well, chat's saying we're alive, so that's good.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. Then yes, here we are finally. Thank you all for your patience. We started a little bit early to try and get the audio and the screen streaming worked out, and then it took us about like a half hour to get it all done. So worse than expected, but I got the new version of OBS now, and I figured it out. So this is all
nice.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm so excited, Brad. I'm really glad that
you don't have to
that
stream
we're
anymore.
here. Well, there's that. Hearing two people. Josh is soft. Okay, it says Josh is soft.
Yeah.
So I mean, I assume audio wise and not soft as in personality wise. So
Let
right.
me turn that up a little bit, and I'll turn him up on Discord as well, so that
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool
yeah.
stream. Oh no, somebody in the chat's named Hyde Beckenbauer.
Oh,
Non-canon.
Non-canon.
Oh,
You
no.
sure?
I think that you've made it when people start making RP accounts of your characters, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that how you make it?
What I really need is a Zuri Twitter account that just talks smack to random politicians.
She doesn't even talk
Not
smack.
controlled by a level 99.
No. We just make some sort of like bot, okay? And every time any politician posts any image, there's just gonna be a picture. Like it just takes the image and then immediately overlays like Zuri's graffiti on top, and it just reposts that.
It runs
That's
it
it. That's
through,
no.
it runs it through through Midjourney and
No AIs, no AIs,
Nice.
no. We pre-make. We have an artist pre-make like 5 whatever like graffiti tags, and then it just randomly picks one of them and then puts it on top of the image and then posts it.
Oh, okay.
No caption, no anything.
I
It's
see.
just the image.
Wow. Aye. Well, here we are. Here we are at last, and it's down to the final half hour of the project. So, I think first things first, we should say thank you everyone for coming to the project, for being here with us, and for oh gosh, what can I say? For making this such a success. This is really incredible. The number of people that have joined this project, and yeah, for an expansion, that's like, oh, that's wild. Anyway,
Actually, before this stream, Josh and I were talking about how much this project made compared to Bullet Heart. We made more with this project than with Heart.
well,
So
1,000 less backers even.
that's what I what I think is I like to see the number of backers who join a project. I think that's the real measure of success. Because some people can pledge a lot, some people don't pledge a lot, and some projects have more. We had a lot more games to offer on on this project because it's been 2 years of Bullet. Um, but we got but a lot of people joined the project, and that's what I think. That's how I measure success. The real measure.
sure, that's fair. Speaking of measuring success, Brad, how about we all introduce ourselves for some of the fans who might not know who we are, because we just started talking, assuming that everybody who knew who we were.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So let's introduce ourselves.
So why don't you introduce yourself first, Brad?
How about I'll introduce Josh, and Josh introduces Marco, and Marco can introduce me.
Sure.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So today I'd like to introduce you to Joshua Van Lanningham, the impeccable creator of Bullet, lead designer, and also the author of the lore for the world. So Josh created pretty much everything you see in Bullet, as far as, gosh, as far as everything.
The setting, right?
Yeah, the setting, the characters, the gameplay. There's quite a lot that are really, So this is Josh's world, and anyway, so let me introduce Josh. You can take a bow,
All right.
Josh.
I'm also the project lead and director of operations for the company, so he's not kidding when they say that I do everything involving this project.
Yeah, if it got to your door, it's definitely Josh is responsible.
It's Josh's fault.
Josh is responsible for everything that goes right, and I'm
my
responsible.
fault, yeah.
I'm responsible for everything that goes wrong. That's how level 99 is organized.
I mean, I
Is that
wasn't
it?
going to say anything, but you said it, so.
Wow.
That's why I'm not introducing you, right? That's why I'm introducing Marco. Speaking of introducing Marco, we also have Marco DeSantos, who is our development lead. He does all the numbers and the balancing and whatnot of Bullet and most of our games. So welcome, Marco DeSantos, to the stream.
It's so interesting because I never get introduced to these streams, right? Because usually I'm the one hosting. So really glad to be here. Thanks for the wonderful introduction, Josh. And of course, with both of us is the ever amazing, ever impeccable, ever wonderful president of Level 99 Games himself. If the game gets onto your doorstep, that's partially Josh's fault and also Brad's fault. He makes sure that he funds this ship. He is the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Brad Dalton himself.
I do
always
describe it as a ship. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It is, right? We're all on board and we're all sort of going to the same place. I think of the fans at home as our passengers. So maybe it's a cruise ship. Maybe we're
we're like the Disney cruise, except
Yes.
instead of giving you shows about Goofy and his friends, you get board games.
Yeah, you get
which I think is better.
Magical Space Hero on board games.
Yeah, you get Magical Space Hero and board games.
I stop calling it that.
It's true.
They're not all magical, and they're not all from space. Okay, Brad?
That's the tagline. The award-winning
That's
award-winning
your
real-time
tagline.
game about magical space heroines.
If I remember right, I got you to correct that before the Kickstarter live. Let me check. You did remove it. Thank you. The subtitle originally ended with about magical space, and I made sure that didn't happen.
Magical
before we went
anime
live.
space heroines.
Leave the anime to Japanime, please.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
you can't.
it's-
you can't leave anime to anyone.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. But I have God and anime on my side. So
Wow.
I bleed anime. You stab me with a knife, okay? You know what comes out? Dragon Balls. That's what happens,
I
okay?
see.
I bleed Dragon Balls. All right? My cursed energy will come out, but my chakra is too powerful for you, okay? You can't beat my Bankai and then, you still get it, man.
You haven't
Yeah.
referenced
okay.
One Piece yet.
Agumon's my favorite Pokemon. I really love him. He was really great in Magic the Gathering. So
What's happening?
I'm reading something.
What's happening?
Have you seen that playmat? That absolutely cursed playmat for Magic the Gathering?
No.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the background is Dragon Ball. There's Ash Ketchum there. He's holding what looks like a bell from Zatch Bell or something, and then with him is Agumon. It's just so wrong. And then I think the playmat says Magic the Gathering, but there are card zones that are obviously for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just it hurt me.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to go look this up after the stream. This sounds pretty
It hurts me so much. I want to read something from the chat. It says, "Congrats, Nintendo Kid says, congrats you guys, 2 new additions to an already awesome game. Thank you." I think we could use this to segue into this. Let's talk a little bit about the project. Brad, Josh, this project was a bit different. We already talked about in the previous stream that this is a no ads effort kind of thing. No, social media ads.
Traditional ads, yeah.
No traditional ads, yeah. But yeah, two new expansions. Can we talk
Um,
a little bit about how this project came to be? How it ended up being structured this way? Like how we ended up with two awesome expansions for everyone.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions there. I can talk about the the marketing strategy for the game, and why we decided to go forward without advertising, and and how we made that decision, and why we made that decision, and whether or not that decision worked. So I can talk to those things, and I think Josh.
Yeah, sure. You talk about that, and Josh can talk about designing these characters.
Okay, so you want to hear my my boring technical business stuff first, right?
That's not boring or technical.
I think the industry is wondering how we've done this, right? I've heard quite a bit of banter about our strategy for this Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So more people may be interested than you think.
Okay. Well, so we, gosh, we typically spent about, like between 15 and 25% of a project's budget on on advertising. So for a project like this, we would probably be spending about $30,000 on ads right now. And once you and I don't like social media. I don't like it as a medium. I don't like the people that run it. I'm sorry, I'm being curmudgeonly. I'm going to be curmudgeonly here, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And
Brad, you say you don't like it, yet you're on one right now.
I know.
You're using it
Is YouTube
promote the art.
count as a social media?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically just longer form TikTok. Brad, I sent you a DM of the playmat.
Long-term TikTok. Okay, I'll check it out in a little bit. But yeah. Can everybody hear us? I'm seeing like a message that
It says can't hear one of the dudes. Okay. We will go one by one and say our names. You tell us which one's soft, okay? You go first,
all right.
Brad.
All right, Brad Talton.
Hey, it's
Marco
Josh.
DeSantos. Oh, crap.
Oh no, we've already messed it up.
All right, let's do it again. It's Brad, Josh, then me. Okay, go.
Okay, Brad Talton.
Josh Van Lanningham.
Marco DeSantos. Which one is soft? Please tell us, and we'll fix that.
And
Right
we're
on
on
spec.
like a 10-15 second delay, so it'll take a second before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to delay us. Streams are always on a delay.
I didn't think it was that long of a delay though.
Yeah, most of the time it is.
It's
most
pretty,
of the time it is.
Yeah, like right now as we're talking, we've just
Yeah, people are hearing the names.
Okay.
The three of you are perfect, David says.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
And they
Great.
say I have some issues. I'll turn myself up a little bit.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but thank you, fan, for.
My goodness, Josh. Okay.
Wow!
Sorry, it's
Why are we just throwing, shooting strays?
welcome to the Brad Talton Memorial stream, everyone.
It's
Oh my
it's
goodness.
Brad. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Chat says
Okay.
it's Brad.
All right. I turned my volume up. I thought I was too loud earlier. So let me do that. And then okay. All right. So I got my volume up a little bit. If you can hear me fine, then don't say anything. But if you can't, then do say something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry. Keep going, Brad. Now that we
okay.
fixed
All
it.
right.
Talk
So-
about ads.
Yeah, so we decided to take all that ad money and then we and commission artists and get original fan arts and allow our artists to promote for us. So asking the artists to what's the word, to to share on their socials with their fans. And I'm gonna try and turn up my volume a little bit on my microphone because that might be my
Does your microphone have a separate volume slider?
Of course, yeah.
What do you mean, of course? Not all mics are like that.
Oh, yeah, that's let's see. Okay, sound input. Yeah, see, yeah, my input's turned down. Okay, let's see. How's this? La da da. Da 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 da.
All right, well, chat can tell us.
Okay, well, anyway, I turned it up. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I don't have to restart OBS because that won't work. That won't fly. Just
Marco's-
listen hard.
Sorry, somebody in chat just said Marco's audio is like Josh, Brad, and then some combined. I think they're saying I'm too loud.
You might be loud. I can turn you down a little bit. The
All
settings.
right.
The settings. Okay, I'll turn Marco down a little bit. All right.
You know, this setting is getting upsetting. All right, keep talking.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Sound issues. Okay. Well, now that we're stable. So that's really the whole story. Is that we decided that we wanted to give our money to people that could use it. The independent artists, and also to give them some professional exposure. Put them in games products, kind of give them a chance to do something something pro. And so there we are. That's the what's it? The bottom line. And then we just pushed artwork really hard and asked our artists to share and kind of create a trending hashtag. And unlike a lot of projects, we've actually got something to share because of all the art. So that's nice. So
It's so good.
yeah, so it's pretty good.
I ended up really liking this initiative, Brad.
I'm really excited about it too.
To lift the veil a bit, Brad and I usually are the ones that do the social media ads, and this has been such a different experience, right? Like, we get to talk to people, we get to talk about the game, we get to talk about, we get to share our love for the game with these artists. The artists.
Oh, Marco? I think Marco cut out.
The draw, and
Yeah.
They get. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was just saying that it's just so different from what we usually. Right?
Yeah,
We get to
usually
talk to people, share our passion with them.
we're usually deep in spreadsheets. Okay, did you get the 0.1 cent that you needed to hit your ROI on these ad returns? And here we're like, oh my gosh, it's so great. This is super. I love it. We're having fun talking to artists. We get to do the cool creator thing, which is work with other cool creators and make cool stuff. And I like making cool stuff a lot more than I like reviewing spreadsheets to determine my ROI on ad spend.
I hate ROI. I hate ad spend. It's actually really funny because I think this ended up being a cool networking initiative too, because we ended up meeting a bunch of artists that we literally just went after we saw the final piece, you and I were just like, we could probably make a game with this art style.
Yeah,
we could just get this artist for one of our upcoming games or something.
Yeah, can we
right?
just get 15 pieces from this artist at a reasonable price and make a new game out of that? We've also used it to audition a bunch of artists, which is quite fun.
Essentially, right?
Yeah, right. So it's super neat, and hopefully our artists have gotten a bit of exposure out of this too. We really tried to go for artists all the way across the spectrum, from our celebrity artist Mike at Penny Arcade, all the way to people that have 60 followers. So we really gave everybody an opportunity to draw for this project, which
Right.
so for a lot of our artists, I think. For actually a lot of our artists, this might have been their first commercial project. We might have given them their first commercial commission. So that's something that I'm really proud of.
It's so nice, and I really like it. So a lot of them are really thankful that we wanted to commission them, and I had to deal with most of the artists, and Crystal helped too. I'm just happy how this initiative went,
Good.
and I'm glad that we got to where we are. And it's the thing, right? Like, you'd expect oh, of course you just go to the artists with 500k followers or whatever, right? But some of my favorite pieces are from artists that literally only have 1,000, 2,000
Yeah,
followers.
brand new
you know what I
brand
mean?
new faces on the art scene. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just great. There's a lot of stories about. I could tell you tales of this, but I think we should go to Josh's side of the question.
Yeah.
Josh, tell us a little bit about the heroines that we've put in these expansions here. What inspired the, why cats, right? Why artists, right? How did you go about making these sets?
So we knew we wanted to do more expansion. We knew we wanted to do less base, right? We're kind of shifting to a model in production of one base game and a bunch of expansions and maybe some promos, right? Started and quite survived that transition. So when we got to expansions for Bullet, I wanted to make sure that production, so they had like a throughput line, and I didn't want them to just be like, 4 random errors, right? That's weird for marketing. It's weird for like copy text and stuff like that to just say, yup, it's more content on the back of a box. So I decided that because our first expansion was orange, the orange juice here, and that was already kind of a theme that we should just theme every expansion lightly. And oh, here's some animals that all happen to be cats, and it's called Paw. Here's some artistic characters, and we call it Palette. And that way, when someone looks at the product, they kind of know what they're getting into, right? And if you like Bullet, you're just getting more content anyway, and you can, just pick it up, and we have something to talk about in the copy. So it's mainly a back-end thing that we decided to theme them. Also, we had a bunch of designs, like we have we're sitting 20 or 30 designs that we had to pare down
don't tell them that.
in the dome.
You've spoiled it.
So to speak. We call it a dome. So they got to duke it out. We have all these variable things that mark here through to get heroines into the game, and theming makes that a lot easier too. When we pick a theme, like artists, 70% of the heroines we have just go out the window instantly because the characters that they're tied to don't make sense for this type of set or that type of set. So that's kind of why we set up 2 themes. Cats, actually, for Paul, we did Beethoven as a pro. Some of you might know, some of you might have Beethoven already. And they were originally done as an April Fool's promo, and we decided to roll them into an expansion because we knew we had this Kickstarter coming up, and we knew we were going to be working with Palette. So that's kind of how Palette was just the result of that domining, where we picked a theme that worked for, the character designs that were done enough for us to conceptualize, et cetera, et cetera. So, hopefully this won't bite us in the future. Where we have cool designs, we have to force them in a flavor thing to work. But it's fine for now.
All these heroines wear shoes.
Yeah. It's probably fine. Worst case, it's easy to backpedal to, neutral it and just say, yeah, it's more heroines, right? But we can, I think this will be fine for the future sets. It'll be fine at least through 2024. It'll be good. We also, to pull back the veil a bit on we also have a naming scheme for future expansions of the same type of content. So, for example, if we want to do another expansion with more animal hair, things like a set of dog hair, something, we would just add a plus at the end, and it would be Paw Plus or Fan Plus. If our fan project does well, we could do a set of fan heroines.
Yeah, how is Fan coming right now?
Fan, the same as the last, right? Where it's backgrounded until we get there on our schedule. Well, we have a version 1 of design done. We're working on some sketches for heroines.
Can we tell people what Bullet Fan is first? Again, the people in the chat.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Marco. Go for it.
Do you want me to do it?
I can do it if you want.
Yeah, I'm telling you to do it.
Sure. So we ran a contest, a poll of sorts, a couple months ago, I guess half a year ago at this point, to take fan submissions for heroines, and we picked 4 of them, and we are going to be putting them into an expansion called Bullet Fan, tentatively, that is planned to be actually officially announced next year when we have stuff to show off. So that will be a thing that's coming. Probably next year, assuming our schedule doesn't get messed up. So that's what Fan is. It's fan-powered heroines. They're very cool. I'm very excited to show. Well, if we're lucky, might have something to show you all by the end of the year. Some concept arts or something.
Oh, really? The end of this year?
Reference arts. Yeah. We're doing the reference arts right now, so that Uso can start the art next year.
So we could show a preview. We could show a preview of Bullet Fan by the end of December. Is what you're
Possibly.
saying? All right, you heard it here. You heard it here first.
We have a logo with no heroine that we could show. That would
Great.
just be an icon.
It's just a fan icon, just like
It's
yeah.
just the same bullet
It's
logo.
no, there's no silhouette yet.
I've always wanted to
There's a bullet done.
just post a Kickstarter update, and it's just a single image, and with no
This
context.
is movie teaser trailer. Thing.
Yeah,
Just no
basically,
type, just
basically.
no logo.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe we should.
You could do that
for
for the other thing we're doing that we said we're not going to talk about this stream.
Oh, okay.
If you want to tease stuff, we actually have that logo that you could
Do we?
show off. Don't do that though. Maybe an update later.
Don't
Maybe-
even mention it. What are you doing? You know, Josh.
It's not a problem to say, hey, we're working on other things, right?
you
As long
see-
as we don't cross the line.
You see, Marco, we're birds of a feather, and even though Josh says that he hates the way that I do things, he's part of it, and it has brought him to me. So
Look, don't get cocky.
You know, every time Brad and I do a stream and Brad almost mentions something, right? Josh will be like, Brad almost mentioned something, and you're doing the same thing now, man.
The difference between me and Brad is that Brad actually mentions the thing and I don't. Right? Just say we're doing a thing. It's fine, as long as I don't say what it is.
All right.
Okay.
Let's chill out a
Don't
bit
cross
here.
the line.
yeah, I mean, we
What
want
else are
to.
we talking about?
I think we
today?
want to keep talking
Other
about
bullet
Bullet
things.
anyway, and
Yeah,
not about gosh, which
Not
game?
about future
Which
bullets.
game is it?
Present bullets.
Yeah, we want to. Yeah.
It's Project Raven.
I don't think that one has a code name yet.
No, I just made it up. Okay.
So,
So everybody, in the previous update, we asked people for some questions. So I have some questions here right now
Cool.
for us to ask the illustrious designer producer of this game, and of course, you in the audience. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them while we're answering these ones that we already have. So if you have any questions for us, post them in the chat, and I'll pose them to Brad and Josh as we go on. There's some questions about lore here, and I think these are questions for Josh.
oh, fancy. Cool.
All right. Quick lore question: was Rie's favorite baseball team, I believe, the Asteroids, never
Yes.
winning a game meant to be a reference to the Hanshin Tigers' curse, or is that just a coincidence?
That is a coincidence, but I'm glad that that coincidence exists.
Perfect.
I've actually recently got into like the mascot culture of Japanese baseball teams and stuff. So I'm glad that happened to line up after we read. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Hey, Brad. Somebody's asking, will you ever produce a big storage solution for all of this?
Oh wow! Nobody's asked me that question
That's
yet.
a me
Actually,
question. That's not a Brad question.
nobody has yet asked us this question, and so I'm happy to answer
Nobody.
to reveal the answer here on stream for you.
I'm doing this so that people don't ask us later. You get that?
Yes, we do
Whatever
plan to
is
do
going
this. We do plan to do this, and the reason we
Plan
didn't do
consider
it,
doing this.
the reason we didn't do it this time was because we still have more expansions in the works. Josh already talked about Fan. Fan's not the only expansion that we still have in the works for Bullet. So once we get the whole line to a place that we're happy with, then we will make a box and so that everything fits, and then we don't have to worry about like invalidating that box with more content. That's always a danger. When you make a big storage solution, you're kind of capping off the series, and it kind of is signaling that this is the end. And it's not quite the end for Bullet yet. So
Bullet can still fly.
yes, yeah, bullets will still fly.
Got wings.
Bullets will still fly. Okay. This one's a really interesting question because I think this is for me and Josh. Which heroine in the game so far? So I guess every set, including the new ones, has changed the most drastically from her initial design idea to the finished product.
Probably Bridget.
Wait. Can we
Off the top of my head,
talk about Anne Claire?
Anne Claire didn't change that much.
Mechanically, no, but it was an entirely different heroine when she was concepted.
I mean, she wasn't concepted as that when we were pitched that heroine, and we switcherooed it.
Yeah, we
to
connected the
Can we
dots.
talk about that?
I think you
Should
can.
we talk about
I
that?
think we can like we had a design that was for a heroine that combined cards, and I think she was originally like a shapeshifter or something, like a shadow
It was the
character.
design for Hope,
Hope.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then we got the opportunity to do Anne Claire with Penny Arcade, and we're like, well, it's like combining widgets together to make your patterns is too good to pass up, and so
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the heroine that we were originally going to do with Penny Arcade
um,
that became Anne Claire. Because remember, they pitched a different one to us
oh, which one was
originally.
that originally?
They're like bedtime story, side story.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one.
Yes, the one from Nightlight, right?
I can't think of the name.
Nightlight was
Yeah.
the series. Yeah.
Was it Nightlight? Yeah, then that.
Yeah. And I
We were pitched the heroine of Nightlight, but they didn't have like a good boss mode thing because it was a fairly new series and there was a lot of like lore about it. So we got Anne Claire, who is much more established and has like cool robot boss and stuff. So
Cool robot boss, most terrifying cursed doll I've ever seen in my life.
yeah.
also I played all the video games, so I had an inkling of what's going on with that heroine. So that was nice.
That's great.
So
But design wise, probably I think it'd be Bridget, right? She was originally like she had her own reference card. She like changed the rules of the game for herself.
I
And, like,
don't think it's Bridget, bro.
She
I don't think it's
Rebel
Bridget.
heroine at one point. Who do you think it was? It
I think
Who
it's
do you think it was?
Whimsy.
who?
Whimsy had a lot. Whimsy we had a lot of initial designs, right? And we kind of batted them around, but we didn't really like test. Just like came up with like 15 ideas
Well,
and
yeah,
like brainstormed them back and forth.
yeah. I
Probably
think
Whimsy, I guess.
it's probably Whimsy, right? Because I remember we got Bridget Bridget only had like 2 versions, right? Which is
Well, for testing, right? Before you saw Bridget, she had a lot of designs, and like in early testing, like heart testing, she was also tested with some other designs and seen. But Whimsy probably has more, like
yeah.
by a couple.
Whimsy has more. There was a version of Whimsy that
Yeah.
played chess. Brad, I don't know if you knew that, but there was a version where she played chess. Oh gosh, what were the other ones? There was one where
We had like a choose your own adventure version where when you played a pattern, you like option to the other side. The clears vary depend on what you picked.
Yes, I remember that version. Oh my gosh, that was so cursed.
There was one where she had no sight for a while,
Yes.
and did some weird stuff with that.
There was no sight. There was a version where her patterns were her sight, right?
Oh man, I wish I had figured that out. So that was her main, and for a while was that her patterns were her sight, and it was like a modular sight that she could like shuffle around like a moving block puzzle. But it was like it was too much to like the UA was too wordy.
It
to,
was
like, make
It
work
sounds
correctly.
pretty
Right.
incredible though. Like maybe someday we'll solve it.
We'll solve
Yeah,
it.
I think if she was like a small Rowan and had like half the UA, half the art box's text, it would have worked, but it still would have been really hard to explain.
Then there was that one
Correctly.
design where she was Scrabble, where she had a special site, and then the site had printed
Mhm.
effects on it, right?
Right, and when you like placed onto those effects or moved onto them, you did the effect or whatever. But yeah, her
Right.
actions were on her site, kind of thing, or they're like power up effects on her site.
It
Yeah,
was
that reminds
so-
me a bit of Star Chart, which we proposed for a while.
Prototype which you proposed for a while.
Okay, yeah, which
Bullet-
was like a
Bullet Light?
bullet light with where you just connect stars.
Themed
Yeah, kind of.
constellation.
Well,
yeah,
everybody's like, oh, it's anime. Well, so like something for the mass markets. I don't know.
Something for
Yeah.
the mass market.
Don't worry, we're still working on Bullet Light, and it hasn't lost its theme.
Okay.
So maybe you'll see
Alright.
that eventually.
Okay, I have some burning questions more here, so we shall
Sure.
keep going. Okay, Brad, this is more of a question for you and Josh. If there's a design for any heroine, like don't think thematically, think in this game. Like if you just had the vote and you guys didn't have to go through me, what would you want to see in this game as a mechanic?
I want dexterity heroine. We have a design that we haven't been that's dexterity heroine, and her site is just the physical space between action board and her UA board, and like she does weird deck stuff, or like she has a weird site that's just separate the zones, and you like flick bullets around, like clear that way. Yeah, I want some kind of dexterity heroine. That's
All
what I
right.
want.
Well, how about you, Brad?
Um, I don't know. As far as the heroines go, thematics is more important to me
All
personally.
right, then
But
fine. Thematics.
I would actually kind of maybe we should go back and talk about Bullet Exceed at some point because that's kind of what I'd like to see.
We've had V1 ready for a while. I have to relook at it, but I think it's still ready.
Wait, quick question: is this Exceed engine with bullet characters, or is this bullet engine with Exceed characters?
No, like the heroines of Bullet playable as an Exceed season.
Ah, I wonder how that would work.
Josh
We
prototyped it. Yeah,
We've made the season mechanic, Mark. We know what it is.
Oh, that one.
yeah.
It's been a while since you talked about it. The intensity mechanic, yeah.
Yeah, the intensity mechanic. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this isn't an Exceed stream; it's a bullet stream.
Okay.
Yeah. Both
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we gotta tease something for the future.
Give me an answer. Give me an answer. You did not give me an answer.
Okay. Gosh, what thematic would I like to see?
Yeah, you got to design a bullet heroine, which you still haven't actually. What mechanic? would
Wait,
you
I
design?
did. I designed the time
did-
heroine.
yes.
I designed the time heroine. I
You
designed.
designed, yes, you designed
Yes.
a flavor thing that got put in the dome, and she got beat in the dome.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
All right. Well, if Space Witch
not
if
designing-
Space Witch
I-
time doesn't make it, then I blame. You can blame my poor design. Okay. But
Your version of time and her mechanic did not make it.
Okay.
Yes.
well, that was my character that I designed was Space Witch time. There you go.
Okay, well, what did she do, Brad?
Gosh, what did she do, Josh? You have to remind me.
I've forgotten because I pushed that out of my mind. It was a very convoluted time
think
that
it
would
was-
move into problematic to word. I can dig up the file or answering other questions if you
I
want.
think it was something like she could
vaguely
pause
know where it is.
time.
I think she could
Or-
like pull more
No,
bullets
that was
from the
Sakura
future or
fan
something.
design I have was pausing time.
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of like future bag or something.
Yeah,
Wait, so
she
do
had,
you
like,
have-
bag-
Wait, now I've got a question, Josh. Do you have a complete
Wow.
bullet expansion of Madoka Magica fan designs?
Madoka? No, but I can whip that up in like an hour. I'm very familiar with Madoka lore.
All right.
Okay,
You know,
so I had
Oh man,
yeah.
if we did a Madoka set, we could have have like the top her board where her head is flip over and the boss is Charlotte, and she could have mechanic where like she dies and turns into a boss form. Where she
Come
has like
on,
one life.
Let's not spoil
uh,
the series. Let's not be
Yeah,
gruesome.
sorry. Spoilers for like a 20-year-old series. So
my vote would be the heroine that doesn't have powers. She needs to. We need the character who's the badass with no superpowers. We need.
I see, the normal.
heroine Batman.
or, yeah,
normal.
I know which heroine you're referring to. Yeah.
She's in the dome. She also got beat.
Yes,
So,
she's in
like,
the dome.
Maybe she needed powers. She could have
She
won
needs
with
powers.
powers.
No, she's cool. It's her theme that didn't get her in.
Yeah.
Like her design is actually really sick. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
It's so. But hey, guys, we have like 3 minutes.
Well, we
before
could
the
probably go
project.
past before the project ends.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
I
but
assume we're
you
gonna
know,
stream past.
any words before we close the countdown, before this project ends. You know, any reflections, any comments? You know, I would like to start and say I would like to thank everybody who's in this chat, everybody who isn't, all the backers who are supporting us and helping us create this game, not just for you guys, but also for us. It's a creative endeavor. And we put a lot of heart into it, and we can only do that with your support. So thank you all so much for your generosity, your support, and your excitement.
Yeah, I want to echo Marco and say thank you so much for being here. You know, it's this is what do I say? When making board games, it's something that you can't just kind of go into the office and do and avoid. There's got to be somebody on the other end playing these, and somebody on the other end who cares. And so without you guys on the other end playing the games and caring about the characters and the lore and all that, we really don't have we don't have anything to do. So it's really all about y'all. So thanks. We appreciate you a lot.
I
John?
don't think I'm going to say something that isn't the same thing from the last stream. Thank you all for giving me a project that I don't completely hate working on. Bullet is the highlight of my year. Time there's a bullet. The schedule, not because, the lore and the character necessarily, but because it's such a clean project, because it's templated, so I quite enjoy working on these projects from a production standpoint. And I hope that we can deliver you, as always, a product that you can enjoy, you like, and play for years to come with all the variants and whatnot. So hope you enjoy Palette and Paw when it hits your doorstep.
All right,
Hopefully
guys,
soon
we
later
are in
because
the
we're
last,
at press.
I don't know, like 50 seconds.
Yeah,
We're
I
at press?
see. What's that?
Yeah, Palette got sent to press yesterday. So everything, this project is currently at the printer. Now
Awesome.
that's still a while.
Say everything,
that-
but we got some playmats and some card sleeves to make.
Okay, that's your fault. Like everything that I was responsible for, the project is done. If you want to tack on stuff less,
Yeah.
don't hold up the project for it.
And I got some
25 seconds.
I have some other post project surprises that we're gonna bring out, so it's
Do
exciting.
you? Am I aware of those?
Yeah, I think you are.
Do you think I? Okay, let's meet after this call. Let's double check. Let's rip back the curtain.
All right. Yeah. All
Before the
right.
stream ends.
7, 6, 5,
6,
4,
5,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Day.
Hey, we're millionaires. Woo.
Not really. We're we've got a lot of work. We got some work to do. That's
The end of the
Yeah.
universe, everyone. Heat death.
Yeah.
The ended Bullet Universe project.
with 2,725 backers, giving us $186,214. Again, thank you all so much, all of our backers. All of you not done this without you. Your care, your love, your enthusiasm. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, and I have some more exciting stuff to share with you. As you've seen in the updates, we've got even more Bullet on the way. There's going to be a lot of fun things to do with this artwork. I think when I ended the screen share, I cut off Marco and Josh audio. So it's that's the OBS hack, is that you use the screen capture to be your audio source. Let me just put you back on and hide you. Yeah, I know, right?
That's it.
It's so crazy, right? But
It's
oh man, I can't even hide it. I just have to kind of stick it over here in the background, because if I hide the
it also mutes us in the
yeah,
audio.
it mutes you if I hide the window. Wow. Yes. So,
All right.
so scuffed, as you were saying, Marco.
On the stream right now.
Oh, my
It's so funny.
All right. Well, yeah. So that's the end of the project. We have some exciting work to do. I am gonna be reaching out with an update soon, and we'll tell you all about what comes next, where we're at. Press. We'll walk you through press. We'll show you videos and pictures of the project in assembly as it comes together, and yeah, I'm really excited to be sending you some games soon. So super cool, and some surprise gifts that I want to throw in this box if Josh will let me. So
If Josh will let me.
yep. So look out for those. Anything else you guys want to say, Marco? Do you want to say anything else? Because I think I muted your entire final thank you speech.
You did?
Well, that was when I turned off the screen share, so I didn't realize it. And I was like, oh, there's no
Oh
bar
my
when
gosh.
Marco's
Okay.
talking.
I was just saying, I was just telling everybody thank you so much. I said how much backers we had. We had 2,725 backers who all contributed $186,214 to us. Again, thank you all so much for your excitement. Honestly, the characters are out on fan-made Tabletop Simulator mod by Ramun Flame, and also the official Tabletop Simulator mod by me. So if you want to play them, play them.
Yeah, go
These
play
characters
Bullet.
are super.
Go play Bullet.
These bullets they're so exciting. As much as I would love to have you guys be here, etc., etc. after this stream, go out and just play some Bullet. See how awesome these new characters are. And I just want ominously to say, there's more Bullet coming. And if you think that we've reached the design wall for Bullet, you are oh so wrong.
The wall will be broken.
The
Well,
wall
we'll see,
is
we'll see where that wall is. It's,
Yeah, because
might be
I haven't
closer than we
found it,
think.
actually. That's kind of the shining achievement for when it comes to Bullet, is that usually for these templated projects where we've done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expansions for it, we start hitting walls, right? And you start having to create tools to help you break walls. Bullet's wall, I haven't found it yet, so I'm very glad that the system stands up to the test of time.
Indeed. Well, cool. Well, thank you again, everybody. We're gonna call it here, and we're gonna get to work making Bullet. So thank you
Making the
again,
universe.
and we will see you. We'll see you soon. Happy
Okay,
gaming.
and wait, we need
What?
to do an outro. We need to do an outro.
I just did an outro.
We were supposed to say goodbye with us. Like it's been me,
But I'm- but
Marco
it-
dos Santos.
I'm gonna talk to you
And
guys
me,
immediately
Josh,
after
Third.
this. Okay, and me, Brad Talton, and we will all see you later. So thanks again for participating in the Bullet Project, and as always, happy gaming.
Happy gaming, everyone.
Yeah, man.